difficult footage. Consider yourself warned. And when we're ready, we can launch into this.
Just wait. Man, don't grab it. Hey, man, don't do that. Hey, I got him on live. I got his ass on live. I got his ass on live. He got him handcuffed, man. You said you ain't had no business jumping on him. You ain't had no business jumping on him. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this. Then he got on handcuffs.
He got on handcuffs.
Now he got on handcuffs.
He got on
He got on handcuffs.
handcuffs. He got on handcuffs. Yeah, bitch. We got
Well,
what?
for recording you.
For recording you?
No, sir.
So you going to jail?
We ain't did nothing.
I'm telling you right now, y'all still here when these other folks get here. Y'all
We don't.
Don't get in that car. Don't get in that car.
For what? I ain't getting in no car.
Put your phone down.
I ain't getting in no car.
I'm letting you know. Turn around. Put your hand on your head.
Man, I ain't getting in no car. Put your hand on your head. Put your hand on your head. Just put your hand on your head, Mo. Just put your hand on your head.
So that video has been going viral since this weekend. And there's a lot that we still don't know about what's in the video. We do know that the footage was taken on a highway in Mississippi. We know that the patrolman you see there was manhandling someone who's been identified as Eugene Lewis. And there were multiple bystanders who thankfully were there to film it. And while the mayor is putting out statements about there being an investigation, and we'll see if that goes anywhere, I find this to be fascinating because you have to immediately wonder what would have happened if those apparently a group of 3 brothers hadn't been filming. Yeah. If they hadn't been there, you already saw the patrolman taking a man who's handcuffed and throwing him down into the highway, seeming to sort of roll him into the grass beside the highway. He pulls out a weapon that I believe was a taser, because he also pulls out the taser on the people doing the filming later, and points it at people who are just holding a cell phone. They're quite a distance away. They're just filming and saying, "We see what you're doing. There's no reason for you to be doing this. Eugene Lewis is in handcuffs. He cannot resist. Why are you doing this?" And thankfully, they did film it, despite the weapon being trained on them. Even when they just tried to get back in their car, you saw him advancing on them with his weapon out. They were not armed, as far as we can see. And so I'm just glad that there are people that are willing to risk potentially being tased or shot by a guy who wants to cover up what he was doing, Francesca.
Yeah, I mean, we usually see these videos and they're body cam videos. They're body cam footage. You see cops talking among themselves. They treat someone like an animal. JR and I did a show, an episode recently, and we looked at a story of a young woman who was having a mental breakdown, and they treated her like she was not human, and she fell out of a car and later died. I mean, this is, so when you have someone filming like Darnella Frazier filming George Floyd, that is the difference. We can't rely on the cops. We can't rely on their body footage. We rely on one another. We rely on people taking out their phones and filming them, and thank God they were there, and as a voice of a moral reason, because the cops are completely bankrupt of it.
Yeah, 100%. So we'll see what happens with the investigation. It'll be interesting to see if the body cam footage does eventually come out. We might see a little bit earlier on in that incident what exactly led to it, if there was any violence beforehand. But you see so much about the current battle over accountability for cops live in that video. You have someone who sees what's happening. As soon as you see that incident start, you know how it all too often goes in America. And then you see the cop reacting almost instantly with threats, with intimidation, and potentially with violence because you dare to film them. Mm-hmm. There really has to be, like, you are allowed to do it. It is legal. There needs to be some sort of consequence for cops who try to shut down people from doing their constitutional right. And in some ways, I think a case can be made duty of filming these sorts of things to try to stop some of the violence from happening.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.